The California State University system has announced they will continue providing virtual instruction in January of 2021. This means all 23 campuses will continue having their coursework primarily delivered virtually. The chancellor said in a statement that due to a combination of factors, including the prevalence of COVID-19, absence of a vaccine, and insufficient testing, has led to this decision. Now to a follow-up, a San Luis Obispo family is recovering after a car went crashing into their home. This is a look at the scene last night as first responders sorted through the damage. 3 of the 5 adults in the home were hurt. One of them is still in the hospital with serious injuries. Police say 4 teens between the ages of 14 and 17 were inside the car at the home at the time of the crash. The 17-year-old driver was arrested for DUI. Police are now investigating whether that car was also part of a robbery at a nearby grocery store.
Atascadero police are looking into another attempted theft of a catalytic converter, a commonly stolen car part. Police say the report came in yesterday at a business on the 1700 block of El Camino Real. The Atascadero Police Department says 7 catalytic converters were stolen Monday night. The police are advising people to park their car where it's visible from your home. And the Park Cinemas in Paso Robles has created a GoFundMe page to help save the theater. So far, almost $5,000 have been donated. The theater has been in the community for more than 23 years, but has faced hardship from the COVID-19 pandemic. The owner said in the description they've survived through July, but are falling more and more behind.
And on tonight's Fire Watch, more than 14,000 firefighters remain on the front lines of 29 major wildfires burning across California. This is a look at the burn area of the Dolan Fire near Big Sur. It is now over 111,000 acres and is just 26% contained after exploding in size over the last several days. Fire crews are working to keep the fire from spreading onto Fort Hunter Liggett, but dry conditions and winds are creating a challenge. Highway 1 is closed in the affected area from Ragged Point to Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park.
The creek fire that trapped hundreds of hikers in the Sierra National Forest and prompted National Guard evacuations is still burning out of control at nearly 176,000 acres. Crews are now using aircraft to attack the fire.
In the coming days, we do expect the air quality to improve, and along with that, the visibility. However, that also means that conditions could be more ripe for fire growth and fire spread, whether that's due to an increase in winds or just more available oxygen for the fires to grow. However, we'll hopefully be able to combat that through the use of both our rotary and fixed-wing aircraft on the creek fire.
There's at least 10 different types of aircraft being used right now to battle the creek fire.
3 people are dead, several others injured, and a dozen missing in the North Complex fire in Butte County. 2 bodies were found in the same location, and the 3rd victim was found in another location. Investigators are working to identify the remains and notify relatives. More than 100 people were rescued.
Firefighters say a malfunctioning wall heater started an apartment fire in Santa Barbara early this morning. The fire broke out at around 5:25 in a second-story apartment on West Arriaga Street between Chapala and State Streets. Fire crews say just as they arrived on scene, the front window of the apartment blew out. It took crews about 15 minutes to control the flames. 2 people were inside the apartment when the fire started, but they were not hurt. Damage is estimated at $250,000. Well, firefighters say 1 person was taken to a hospital following a fire at a popular trail in San Luis Obispo. The fire started this afternoon on the Bob Jones trailhead. Police responded to reports of a man bleeding on the trail. They say they found 2 men were involved in an argument. One of the men, Mato Hayes, set another man, Jordan Smith's tent on fire. Police say Smith then struck Hayes with a machete a few times. After a pursuit, officers caught Smith. He was arrested on attempted murder and warrant charges.
Central Coast residents continue to wake up to hazy skies, but air quality experts say the sky looks worse than it actually is. According to air quality experts, although the sky may not look great due to wildfires burning across the state, the smoke is too high up in the atmosphere, so the regulatory monitors are not picking it up, which is why the air quality index is listed as good in San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties. Although air quality locally is listed as okay, health officials say if people continue to see localized impacts due to the fires, they should avoid being outdoors.
Listen to our air quality experts. I know it's hard to believe, but it isn't as bad as it looks. But that said, the best thing you can do to protect yourself is to keep wearing the mask that hopefully you're already wearing.
Air quality is expected to worsen somewhat for the rest of the week. Health officials say the best thing to do is stay indoors, and if you do go out, wear a face covering.
Satellite images show the devastation of wildfires across the state, as well as fires in Washington and Oregon. About 500,000 people have been forced to evacuate in Oregon because of the fires. This is roughly 10% of the state's population. These images from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration show how smoke continues to blanket the area. And if your car is dusted with ash from the wildfires this week, most likely a simple car wash won't clean it off.
The effects that ashes can have on a car when it's out, if it's a freshly painted car, it can actually stain. It can embed itself into that if it's not cured properly. If you're near the fire, it's hot, it could actually stain it and embed itself as well. You can find sometimes on a lighter color where that ash stays on there. If it is mixed with moisture, you can find it will stain as well. But normally it will come off. It'll clean off with the polishing or just washing it within a certain amount of time. I'd say within a half a day, if you can get it cleaned off, it's important to do.
Experts say you should also make sure the ash is not clogging up your air filters. They advise checking the air filter in your engine and the filter for the cabin of your car.
Megan Healy in for Dave Hovde will join us in just a few minutes with her full microclimate weather forecast. But first, here's a look at Cayucos from earlier today.